they're not made out of intestines. They use the lining of the intestines to fill sausages with. You're eating the skin of the intestines, I guess. Kinda gross to think about. Making intestines. Pudge. Thanks. The music playing is Ronald Jenkins. Check out his website, ronaldjenkins.com. Or look him up on YouTube, he's got tons of videos. I think that's the link there. Yes, Google would work as well. All those new people that joined the stream, we're working on Pudge item set. Right now we're making some ZBrush high poly model for his back item, which is are going to be his intestines coming out of his stomach. and wrapping around him, and then being used to hold the hook that he throws. If you're new to the stream, make sure to drop by LiveWorkshop.com and check out all the past broadcasts. There's also tutorials on there, and more will be added soon. And actually, we just got a 3D viewport working on the website. You can check out the Pudge bloodstained bridges in 3D on the front page, on the first slider, so check that out. Really cool. What's your idea, Bensi, for a Pudge set? Ninja Pudge with a grappling hook is your idea, huh? Be like Beverly Hills Ninja. Fattest ninja ever. Kinda clever though. Oh yeah, the lore gods would be upset maybe. So there is some sort of like ninjas already in the game, you know, if you count Templar Assassin or... Slowly getting there. Make some of these horizontal cuts so we can merge them up here. Get a nice transition from the mirroring of the UVs. Do our progress. 5 minutes. I don't want to redo anything. These are the intestines that are being wrapped around the torso of Pudge. Like this. And then they go at his arm and into the hook. And then he throws the hook with intestines attached to it. I submitted one set so far. Well, I guess this is the second, but I'm adding to it since the bloodstained bridges went in individually. So there's a new set, and then I have the Scarecrow set in the store right now, and the bloodstained bridges already in game. We're getting there, guys. Do some veins at the very end. I still need a couple, one more subdivision, I think. I changed the profile name from Set happens to LiveWorkshop. So in LiveWorkshop, you can, if you go to liveworkshop.com and you hit on the top right Steam icon, you can go straight to the items I've submitted so far. But yeah, I go by Set happens. Detail this area a little bit more. Want some division behind everything else. I'll go through this part a little bit quicker, because we gotta move on to baking normal maps and ambient occlusion masks. Yeah, I agree with Pudge being a really satisfying hero. I mean, if you do well, otherwise he just dies so quickly, and your team needs to be around you a lot too. But yeah, I've wanted to spend some time to learn them. I haven't had the chance yet. I always play against like amazing Pudges, and they land every hook and they chase you down, and there's nothing you can do. It's so annoying. Hi, Nutbert. Dog's barking at me. So right now I'm actually flattening some soft edges so that the game can pick up these normal maps a little easier and you can see the detail better. So even though, you know, in a fully high-res sculpt, you keep things smooth for Dota resolution and screen size and all that, I flatten some of my surfaces a bit so that the light picks up better. Game engine. Hi Volvomax. Welcome to the channel. They are building some Pudge items. Hold on, guys. I think the dog needs to go outside or something. Or he just wants my attention for a bit. I don't know if you guys can hear him. He's trying to talk to me. What is it, Proof? Bad guys? What? Yeah? Alright, hold on. Hold on. I'm sculpting here, man. You don't care? Dog doesn't give a shit. Hold on, buddy. No? I'm gonna wait. Careful, buddy. We're sculpting the intestines for a Pudge set for Dota 2. He's gonna be using intestines coming out from his stomach, and he's gonna be using them to attach them to a hook instead of a rope. So we're building the ZBrush high poly version of the intestines wrapped around his torso. Show you guys the Softimage in-game poly version in a second. I'm gonna roll right now with these edges. Dog needs to go outside too. I don't retopo anything. And the UVs I gotten pretty fast at, so they're not a pain in the ass anymore. We actually did the UV maps for the hook. I'll show you guys now. It's time to save this anyways. So here's the hook that we UV mapped at the beginning of the broadcast. And it was really fast. I didn't time it or anything, but it's probably like maybe 30 minutes, not even. Here are the UVs. Once you do it quite a bit, it's not such a pain in the ass. The UVs fly by now. Especially if you have a tool like Softimage or the Unfold plugin, which is also available for Maya. It really speeds things up. So it's all just down to you, picking the right edges to place the seams for your for each mesh, and then doing the whole puzzle thing, fitting in there with at least amount of space wasted, so you can get higher resolution on your texture. So yeah, there's a hook there with intestines wrapped around it, which will follow through this thing that I don't have access with. I'll have to talk to Valve about that piece. And then it follows through around his torso and into his belly. So right now what we're working on ZBrush is this piece right here for the new people that joined the stream. So we exported this, which is a mid-poly version of this 3 edge loops. And since those 3 edge loops mirror over and over and over and over and over and over and over, all we need to do is sculpt these 3, and then the rest of the mesh, every 3 edge loops you will see the texture again. So hopefully, it won't be noticeable. I think we have a fair amount of space to make it look unique and detailed enough. That's our machete that we still need to texture. That only has the AO map on it right now, and 2 colors, but no actual texture yet. And the other 3 sets of or 3 items of the set are this restraint, this arm with blood, nails, and another restraint, and of course the Insanity mask. Alright guys, I need to put the dog outside. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hold tight. No problem, Lovesta. Alright. I'm back, guys. The name of the song is Guitar Sound by Ronald Jenkins. Alright, wow. Dog really had to go. Where were we? Ah. That's right, Lobster. If I change these 3 lines, they will replicate across the entire surface. So I don't have to texture the entire line, and especially because I don't have room in the UVs. There's guidelines that you have to follow for these Dota items. The texture I have to work with for the back item, which is, you know, these intestines are the back item. I have a 128 texture by 256 pixel, which is tiny. So using mirroring techniques is a must. Alright, so now that we have most of those edges done, you can see the normal map will be able to pick up those little indents way better. And we can always smooth those out more in Photoshop a little bit. but I like to keep them, you know, a little bit more edgy. Because edgy, you can't really do in Photoshop afterwards, take too long. But you can always smooth them out later, you know, you just blur it a little bit. So this is a really good, you know, spot. Yeah. If there's anyone trying ZBrush out, good tip. Take this guy a little bit more. Pull it down a little bit so we get more weight on it. Yeah, see that? Like little bags almost. Save our progress. Set intestines for fat, Pudge. That's right, Lobster. I'm gonna be using this inflate tool. So kind of like squish a lot of these guys together. See that? Quick. Very nice. Makes it more fatty, you know? Creates wrinkles for you. If you're making a fat dude, this technique is really, really useful. You just do some, you know, regular wrinkles, maybe a little bit deeper, a little bit higher, and then use this inflate tool, low opacity, and a very large brush. Get some pretty good results. Yeah. Get some squishing. Fatty wrinkles. Pudge is a fatty. Always think ahead. Squeezing off the ends. Yeah. It's not adding depth. It's just closening. It's almost like a pinch, but it scales. You know, at the same time, it bulges up at the same time. So if you have wrinkles close to each other, they're gonna bulge into each other, which is gonna create that pinching action, but increasing, you know, the curves around it. So that's why I said it's really good for fat. And since we had our hard edges, we're actually bringing the hard edges back a little bit at the same time. Not a bad finish. Just move it out a little bit too if you get too pixelated in some areas. But again, that's something you can fix in Photoshop. Go. Alright. Guess think we're pretty close to done here. Oh, pretty right intestines, yeah. Yeah, I always make my ZBrush models extra detailed, not so much for the model itself for the game, but when I create the illustrations and the marketing images for it, you know, like the beauty renders, I can use that detail to make something really detailed and, you know, have a really neat illustration for it. So it always helps to add extra detail and always painting more detail than you need to, but never undermining what it's going to look like in game. You know, so I mean, I have those cuts going down, which you'll still be able to see, you know, in game view, which is the important part. All the details and stuff, maybe for the avatar view, which will be in view, will go right by his head. And then the rest of the details will be great for the marketing illustration for it. Delete all the gel underneath. And we export. That'll take a minute because this is how big is this map? Oh, it's only 240,000 polys. That's not bad at all. Would it be higher? And we're importing it into XSI. Napster's asking where I got the Pudge model from. You can download the models from the workshop. Valve releases all the body models, and then you can. It's so that you can create the items, you know, across the top of the geometry without, you know, clipping into them and all that. So you can follow the volumes and the circumference for them. So yeah, you just go to the workshop and go to their guidelines, and you can download all the models, and they give you the guidelines for the texture sizes and all that stuff. No problem. Alright, so there's our intestine line. 409 triangles. 200 and something polygons, which means quads. Alright, so let's actually... I usually go with 300,000 to work around, so this is a little bit high, so I'm going to apply a poly reduction operation to this in Softimage. We'll bring it down to about, I don't know, 250,000 or so. That way when I bake the normal map and the ambient occlusion map, it'll be much faster for xNormal to bake those things down. And there we go. So this model is half this poly count of the previous one. So that's what's so great about Softimage's poly reduction. It does a really good job. Keeps all the polygons where all the curves are and takes them away when there's flatter area, so you don't notice that change. I think we'll go higher than this a little bit, so I'll do maybe a 45, 42. Take a look. Take too long. Three, more. 40, 38. Thanks, Sun Firestorm. This is Softimage. There's some short Q&A that I started on the Twitch page at the bottom. You can read some of the frequently asked questions. I need to add way more though. How long have I been working on this set? Just a few days really. I haven't had too much time to work on this set, unfortunately. I've been working on the website, on the LiveWorkshop.com, so it's been taking most of my time. But it's coming along. If you guys want to check it out, go right ahead. It's got some tutorials, all the broadcasts if you guys want to see past broadcasts. And I'm going to start featuring really cool Dota items on the front page and into the other sub-tabs of the website. Alright, 250,000. I think we're good here. So I'm going to freeze that. Delete the extra... what was it? 150,000 polys we didn't need. So I should run faster in here and in xNormal when we bake down the mesh. Put this guy out of the way. I think we can export the... But we won't export this whole thing, do we? Somebody's asking how Pudge will eat if he's got his mask on. I don't know, I guess he could always go whoop. Nom 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 nom. Or maybe he stuffs all the meat in his belly and he saves it for later. There you go. That'll do. So we're gonna... I think I'm just gonna export this one piece. And then once we're done, say right now we could... make these guys a little thicker. What do you guys think? Too thick? I think the red's better. Sure. Any ideas when more heroes will be available for custom items? Somebody's asking. No, I have no idea. It comes down to when Valve artists finish their items, or when they finish up the setup and the guidelines, so that they can be released and then people can go off those things. So I'm sure they're busy with other stuff that they can't just focus on, you know, releasing heroes and getting those packages ready for the workshop authors. So that's why they take a little bit of time. I kind of like how these intestines are thicker. Let's make that copy there and freeze it. Then we'll undo this guys. Quite thicker. Not too thick? They think they're too thick, guys? We go with the thinner ones? Maybe a tiny bit smaller. I'm double guessing myself a little bit here. There we go, a happy medium. Thicker does read a bit better. Looks a bit more unique now. Yeah, I think you guys are right. Alright, let's export this bad boy. Wait, that was a low poly. Low poly. Export. Now we export our high poly OBJ of the materials. Intestines HP for high poly. Porting slowly. Alright. And while we're exporting stuff, let's export our weapon as well. I'm gonna export it as separate pieces so that we can bake them separately so that the normal maps don't need as much cleanup. Otherwise I have to clean up all the intersecting stuff. Let's export this bad boy. And I'm exporting the mirror, even though we don't need it. We do need it for the ambient occlusion bake, so that it knows that there's, you know, geometry there, volume. But not for the normal map. Now we bring over our high poly that we created earlier. And we don't need the intestines again because we're gonna reuse this texture to throw in the normal map for these intestines over here. So we won't worry about those guys. We'll just worry about our hook and our handle. Oh, there's something I forgot to do. high poly version. Occupy about the same volume as the low poly. Get a cleaner bake. Look at this, guys. Pull them out a little bit. Not a huge deal. Good enough. Right, let's save this. $26K triangles? What are you referring to, Alan? Or Alec, sorry. Hi, Rokel. Is there really a Wisp and answer pack? That sounds hilarious. That'd be super awesome. What about this, guys? Alright, looking pretty clean now. Be a nice bake. Oh cool, somebody posted the link to the Wisp announcer pack. Play it for everybody. Who speaks Wisp? That's pretty hilarious. I love when it sings. Oh, I thought it'd be a sadder one. The music of my people.
Is that the last one, yeah? I'm gasping for a shit.
Awesome. Alright. Back to business. Music back on. This. Local subdivision, level 2. There it is. I have poly hook. Pretty simple, yeah? So now we can export this bad boy. High poly. Intestines hook. That's what I call the other one, right? Intestine hook. In the S or I need the cord. Okay. That's what we need. I'll do that. That was Wisp The wisp pack is pretty funny. Good. Good link, sir. Good link. Oh wait, I know what you deserve after that link. Here we go. Yes! You get the telescope of success. Hmm. Well done, sir. Well done. Alright. Systems. Pretty intestine. Alright. Skates for Pudge? Why would I make skates for Pudge? Normal, here we go. Color new models. Poly meshes, we export it into xNormal so we can make our normal map and our ambient occlusion. High poly ones. Scale at 1. That's our low poly. The 0.5. What I usually use. Bringing our 3 meshes for low poly stuff. Oh wait, 4 of them. Right. Okay. Taking options, let's do our normal map first. We're gonna save it under all these Pudge items. Set Intestine. Intestine. Tines. Leaving the S out. What were we doing? I guess we can start with whatever. Intestines, I guess. Or more. Okay. Analyzing, looks good. 10 to 12, I think that's the right ratio. I think that's a horizontal one. I don't know why they put the vertical on second. It's usually the other way around. So we don't want to make all this together because it's going to make a huge mess. We just want our intestines, our low poly intestines. So we'll leave that checked off. And our high poly intestines, but not the hook. Let's generate some maps. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. So this is where the edge turns really harsh on the low poly mesh. Not sure if that'll cause an issue. Shouldn't. But just in case, let's make a second version while we're already in here. What we're gonna do is mesh smooth this guy. Import this as our intestines low poly 2. Alright, we'll do that mess. Keep our in-game mesh. There you go. Okay. Normal. Poly. Bring in our newly exported version 2 of our low poly. And let's rebake that, but with a different name. Almost 2. Alright. Oh, shoot. That don't look right. Oh, crap. We want the high poly. We want this guy in the low poly. My bad. Damn it, guys. How come nobody told me? You guys are supposed to be helping me out. I blame you. Oops, cancel that. Actually, no. It's overriding our previous mistake. So it's fine if we override it. Yeah. Bam! Alright, so see that? Now we have clean normals. We can get all those like slices of really harsh turning edges on the low poly version. So if we look at those two textures at the same time, go over to our rendered pictures, Sanity Intestines. We open both those TGAs up. Show you guys the difference. We bring them over here. Be our actual working PSD file. Oh, so we actually lost some. Shifted a little bit things around because we smoothed the low poly version. We got rid of the harsh lines, but we got some problems. Okay, always a fix. Let's do that again. Actually, before we do that, let's grab all these edge loops. And if you select your adjacent edges 2 times in a row, it just works out that you grab all the edges going along the thing. Really cool shortcut. So let's subdivide this first, then still shifting quite a bit. Well, since we're just working on one set, do this. We're just worried about this 3 laps, remember, so we're not worried about the rest of them. Out of the way, you. Just stay in the center, there we go. Make a good bake. Okay, now let's do that subdivision for real. And we re-export this. Override it, yep. Minimize that die. And let's go to xNormals again. For models. Delete this guy and bring it back in just in case. I'm not sure if xNormal remembers or looks at the new version, but just to be safe, we'll put that in there. And we'll regenerate the maps and override our previous mesh that'll bitch about. There it is. Say yes. Okay. This. Go back to suit. Photoshop. Our Pudge folders. Our pictures. Intestines 2. Let's see. It should be closer. Yeah, see how this one's all distorted because it was upset? Take that away and we use this bottom one, which is a lot closer. So again, I mean, we can test both of these out in the game fairly easy when we compile the model, but at least we have a backup. Our intestine. Question is, when do we bake? Big difference. Is the Twitch feed going okay, guys? Some card are saying that we're losing frames.